Welcome to understand SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. Shift to sustainable patterns of consumption and production.
All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to tackle a topic that's about so much more than just recycling your bottles or turning off the lights. We're going to dive deep into Sustainable Development Goal 12, which is basically the world's game plan to completely rethink how we make and use, well, everything. So why is this so urgent? Well, it kind of boils down to this one single number, 3. That's right. If the world's population hits 9.6 billion by 2050, and we all keep living the way we do now, we would need the resources of almost 3 planet Earths just to keep up. It's simple math, and it's a huge wake-up call that the path we're on just isn't sustainable. And all of this overconsumption, it's directly feeding what experts are now calling the triple planetary crisis. And the thing is, these aren't 3 separate problems sitting in their own little boxes. Nope, they're all tangled up together. Just think about it for a second. When you clear a forest for farming, you're not just losing biodiversity, you're also releasing tons of carbon, which fuels climate change. And all the chemicals and plastic packaging from the stuff we buy, that ends up polluting our rivers and oceans. So SDG 12 is designed to get to the root of the problem and untangle this whole mess. Okay, so how on earth do you fight a crisis that big? Well, that brings us to the core mission of SDG 12. And the idea behind it is, well, it's ambitious, for sure, but it's also pretty elegant. It really all comes down to this one phrase. And listen, this isn't about giving things up or living a life with less comfort or happiness. Not at all. It's about being smarter, being more efficient, and just way more innovative in how we use our planet's limited resources to build a better life for everyone. Now, the key strategy here, the word you really need to know, is decoupling. You see, for pretty much all of modern history, economic growth and environmental damage have been tied at the hip. Think about the Industrial Revolution. More factories meant more growth, but it also meant more smoke, more pollution. Decoupling means cutting that tie. It's about breaking that link so our economies can thrive without wrecking the planet in the process. Imagine a booming city running completely on clean energy. That's decoupling in action. So let's get into one of the most obvious parts of this whole problem, something we all see every single day: waste. Our entire modern economy is basically built in what's called a linear model. It's super simple. We take stuff from the earth, we make things, and then we just throw them away. But tackling this throwaway culture isn't just about us getting better at recycling. It means changing the entire system from the ground up. I mean, this right here just shows how completely absurd our current system is. It's called the food paradox. Get this. We produce way more than enough food to feed every single person on Earth. And yet, a third of it, gets lost or thrown out. At the same time, 800 million people are going hungry. It's just mind-boggling. And that is exactly what Target 12.3 is all about, cutting that waste in half, which tackles a huge moral and environmental failure at the same time. And it's not just food. Take e-waste, our old phones, laptops, all that stuff. It's the fastest growing pile of trash on the planet. And the irony is just tragic, isn't it? We go to all this trouble to mine these precious rare metals from the ground. We put them into a device we'll probably only use for a couple of years, and then we just bury those valuable materials in a landfill. That is our throwaway culture in a nutshell. So, okay, here's the game plan. Here's how we fight back. SDG 12 lays out these really clear, measurable targets. We've got target 12.3 to slash food waste. Then there's 12.4 for safely managing all those nasty chemicals. And 12.5, which is pushing for a huge reduction in all waste by recycling and reusing. It's like a full-on assault on the very idea of waste. But look, this isn't just about us putting stuff in the right bin. If we're really going to fix this, we have to go deeper. We have to talk about rewiring the entire global economy. And that means having an honest conversation about who's most responsible. And this chart, well, it lays out a pretty uncomfortable truth. The material footprint, which is basically all the raw materials we pull out of the earth to make stuff, is nowhere near equal. People in high-income countries use, on average, 10 times more stuff. 10 times. And let's be clear, this isn't just about what you or I choose to buy. This is baked into the system. It's why SDG 12 specifically says that developed countries have to take the lead on this. So how do you change a whole system? You've got to pull the right levers. And SDG 12 knows exactly which ones to pull. It puts pressure on big corporations to be transparent about their environmental impact. It targets governments. I mean, they buy a ton of stuff. So if they start buying sustainable products, that can shift entire markets. It's about sharing technology with developing countries. And finally, It's about education, making sure we all know what living sustainably actually means. Okay, now here's a target that you might not hear about as much, but oh man, is it a big one. Target 12.C is about getting rid of fossil fuels subsidies. Think about that. Right now, governments around the world are spending billions with a B of our tax money to make polluting fuels cheaper. It's like paying companies to waste resources. Getting rid of those subsidies, that's an absolute game changer. So let's imagine we actually do all this. We kick our throwaway habits, we rewire the economy. What does that future even look like? Well, that brings us to the ultimate vision, the big idea behind all of SDG 12. It's all about moving away from that take, make, waste model we've been stuck in forever and shifting to a circular one. In a circular economy, there's no such thing as waste. It's not the end of the line. It's a new beginning. It's a resource. You design products from day one so they can be reused, easily repaired, and then at the very end of their life, completely recycled into something new. You literally design waste out of the system. And the cool thing is, the path to get there is pretty simple when you break it down. Step 1, just use less stuff, reduce. Step 2, reuse what you have for as long as you possibly can. And step 3, when it's finally done, you recycle it. You turn that waste back into a resource. That's it. That's how you close the loop. So here's the bottom line. It is crystal clear that our old take-make-waste system is on a collision course with the limits of our planet. SDG 12 isn't just some nice idea. It's a roadmap, a blueprint for a different way forward. So the big question, the one we all have to answer, is this. Are we ready to finally close the loop?
Thanks for your time to learn, earn, and lead. This is Mohammad Zishan Awan, Advocate High Court. To join Vision 2047, please register with us and be part of the transformation.